Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of the Quilventures podcast. I'm joined once again by the lovely, the wonderful, the beautiful Dynamite Dinosaur. Dino, how are you?
I don't really want to be here, but you made me. I don't get
I
paid enough
mean,
for this.
clearly not. You weren't here for a week.
I was
In
busy.
case. So, yeah, just to explain what happened, I was gonna make a post on our YouTube saying that we were not gonna be recording an episode for that weekend due to Dino just leaving me. Um, And yeah, we just never really got into it until now that we're in the new week and I guess we're debuting a newer schedule. Um it's all the fucking stars aligned for us to record on Saturday and then post on Sunday the 2 weeks ago. But now we're gonna be doing our recordings on Sundays and we're hopefully posting every Monday from now on. So hopefully the schedule doesn't change anymore because if it does, I'm gonna have a fucking aneurysm.
We'll just do it whenever we feel like it. That sounds a lot better to me.
I'd rather not. I want to keep a consistent schedule because I'm just autistic like that.
God, fine. I'll slave away and edit it the day of.
Hey, I mean, you're the one that kind of chose this, so you chose
Shut
this.
up. It's fine, because now I have actually finished editing and uploading my entire Spider-Man playthrough, so now I won't have a lot of shit to upload, because that's kind of what happened last week, or a couple weeks ago with the first episode. I was,
Yeah,
in the process of doing that, and then I had to edit this, and I got a little overwhelmed, and I kind of cried a little, but then I figured it out, and it's okay now.
yeah. I was watching some of your playthroughs and like I was just comparing the difficulty level, because I just wanted to feel superior to you.
You played
When you're
at a
doing your
you played at a
for
purposefully higher difficulty than me. What do you mean?
Okay, but here's the thing. I thought there was a trophy linked to that difficulty. I did not know that there was no trophy linked to beating it on spectacular difficulty. If I knew that, I wouldn't have done that to myself.
Oh, you did that
So,
for a
lesson learned.
trophy?
Yeah, I thought there was a trophy linked to it. So I was like, okay, like every game has that. Like Call of Duty has it, fucking Battlefield has. Why am I naming only FPS games? Last of Us had.
I think God of War has it too.
Yeah, so like I thought Spider-Man would have it, but the fucking list of trophies they got is just it was bare bones. I like I sent a picture to Dino. I platinumed that shit in 2 days. Like a day after we filmed that podcast, I platinumed the fucking game.
Yeah, we both kind of know life Spider-Man for that weekend.
Yeah, so like now we I think we have a little more complete thoughts on it. I enjoyed the story for what it was. I think the third act could have been a little more extended.
Yeah.
Um, but overall, it was pretty solid. Though like I didn't get that many experience with the bugs or just game breaking bugs until I got to that part of the story, and my game kept crashing. I was getting so upset. So I think there's just a level of polish that wasn't there compared to the first game. But I hope like with the upcoming patches and when they put in New Game Plus and I go through it again, I hope it gets a lot better. It's a solid game, like very much a next gen game. But I
Mm-hmm.
all the bugs were just getting on my nerves towards the end of it.
Yeah. Thankfully, I didn't crash at all, but I did have to reset a few times because either a cutscene didn't play or an interaction didn't load or some. One time, an enemy got stuck in a house and I couldn't beat him, so I had to reset it.
You know, like granted, I think it's because obviously I would play like 8 hours at a time. So I think my PS4 or my PS5 would just get tired of me and just shut off because it can't handle the amount of processing it has to do for this goddamn massive game.
Yeah, I tried to space out my playtime a little more, but we still finished it rather quickly, and then we both received the empty hole that is now inside us after finishing it too quickly. It was a 5 year wait to finish it in 3 days.
I mean, did you platinum it or you don't go for that
Nah, I don't really
100%?
care about platinum trophy.
Mm. Yeah, I went through all my trophy lists. The only platinums I have are the original PS4 game, the PS5 remaster, and, and Spider-Man 2.
Jesus.
I didn't even platinum Miles Morales because I didn't really care too much for it
Hmm.
except for the swinging. So maybe I might just go back to play Miles Morales just platinum it just to keep the streak of Spider-Man platinums.
after the pretty kind of lack of Miles part in this story, then that might actually be a good idea. I did, unfortunately, he did get a little sidelined here, which I think was a little lame since he is on the cover of the box.
I
He
so
is one half of the game. I feel like he should have been a little more focused than what he got.
he was the friendly neighborhood half of the game, while fucking Peter was dealing with all this existential crisis stuff. Like
Yeah.
Miles was just being Spider-Man. He was being like the Tom Holland Spider-Man, just dealing with street level crimes and the occasional just extreme shit whenever he teams up with the actual Spider-Man. I thought it was fine. I think his inclusion was fine. I think his final suit was shit. So
Yeah,
it just
that
I guess it
suit
just evens out.
is just the worst thing ever. It's just product placement. I hate how they force you to wear it in the last act of the game. It's just
Yeah, it was
ugly.
it was horrible, and I hope we get a new suit for Spider-Man 3.
Now I'm suing Adidas. Did you actually
I nah, bro.
see that Insomniac said that Miles is now going to be the Insomniac Spider-Man?
I saw mention of that the writer said that they want to pivot towards Miles being the main Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think if they do it right, that like it's fine. I suppose like have Peter be like the grizzled vet. He's been Spider-Man
Yeah.
for 10 years at that point, so I don't mind it as much as some people might. I know Peter Parker is my Spider-Man,
Hmm.
but he's not dead, so I'm just happy about
Yeah,
that.
I don't think they should really kill him in the third game. I feel that is a little too obvious, but I don't mind Miles being the new Spider-Man. I just
Yeah,
kind of wish they did it a little right because that's another aspect from the story. I thought they could have established a little more that Peter like wants to retire because he kind of
yeah,
just says it once early in the game and then it's never brought up again.
yeah.
Like if Miles is like the new guy, like that's fine because Miles is cool. There's a really good job of making Miles like a good character as of late with Spider-Verse 2.
Yeah, so again, I don't mind it. And I'm very excited for Spider-Man 3.
Yeah,
And I think that's where I'm going to leave it at that for Spider-Man at least. I'm kind of Spider-Man out for now.
just get rid of that fucking haircut.
Not just that, just make it cover his head. I, I'm okay. Or have the hood up, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just
Just cover it, bro. Like you're gonna get found really easily.
But yeah, that's I think that's enough about Spider-Man. Because there's not a lot to talk about once the story's done.
Yeah, there's not a lot. Very low amount of post game activities.
Yeah. I mean, like I still pop open or pop on like Spider-Man just to swing around and fight some crime, and then after I get like two or three, I'm like, all right, I'm going back to playing other
I do
games.
it just to look at the suits because I'm such a slut for suits.
Mm.
I just love staring at them and seeing the different combinations, and they just look so tasty.
Well, you'll get to appreciate them even more when New Game Plus comes out. I'm for sure just like going all the way through with the final swing suit for No Way Home. That thing is still a beauty.
I'm debating which suits to go with. I have like a couple suit combinations in my head that like I don't know which one I like more. But oh yeah, speaking of suits, in the mail I got my Mafex the Batman figure, and this figure it's in my hand right now. I forgot just how sexy this Batman suit is because I haven't
You could have
seen,
just said
huh?
you could have just said how sexy this Batman is, and it would have worked just fine as well.
That's true. Talking about the suit specifically,
Hmm.
because I haven't seen the Batman since it came out what a year
Mm.
ago. So I forgot just how like having the suit or the figure in my hand. I'm just staring at it. It's just so juicy. Kind of makes me want to rewatch the Batman now.
And last time when I watched the I was on a plane when I watched the Batman, dude. I was
Oh really?
Yeah, I think I was going to New York, and that's when like Southwest offers just like their complimentary movies, and the Batman is one of them.
Hmm.
And so I just watched it, and like it was pretty cool. Like granted, I was on my tiny little like the iPhone screen,
Yeah.
and like with my headphones that were hurting my ears because of the pressure changes. But it was still pretty good. I think I got to rewatch it with like a proper screen at some point, but
Hmm.
from the experience was nice. I like that
I love
Batman.
the
That Batman was pretty
Batman.
good.
At least you didn't almost have the fear of dying when you watched it.
I'm sorry, what?
Did I not tell you
What
this
happened?
story?
No.
So when we went to go watch the Batman, we watched it opening night, right? It was
Yeah.
after we me and my friends ate, or our friends ate. We went to the movie,
My
and
friends, you fucking jackass.
well,
There are
well, you weren't there. Shut up. You know what I mean. Anyway, while we were watching, the part where he's where Batman's driving back to the tower or to Wayne House or whatever, and to tell
oh yeah.
Alfred that he's gonna die, that he's on the list,
Yeah.
and Alfred's
Hmm.
like getting a call, he's gonna pick up the phone. When that scene happened, so it's a very intense scene, right? You're on the edge of your
Yeah.
seat because you know if Alfred's gonna die. When that happened, there's a very loud tapping on like the right side of the theater, and a lot of us thought originally that was part of the movie, but I was a little disoriented because like, what the hell is that? And then it turned into loud banging, and
Oh no.
someone just kept banging on the right emergency exit door of the theater, and the moment we
Mhm.
heard that banging, everyone in the theater got up and started running to the left entrance,
Dude,
and
I
like,
could imagine.
yeah, it was fucking scary. Cause like obvious, cause I don't like, I think obviously you know about the Dark Knight Rises incident from a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because for some reason, Batman movies just do this to people, and also for the Joker. Nothing happened when the Joker came out, but a lot of people were like threatening.
Yeah.
So that
I
that kind
remember
of
that.
yeah, that kind of flashed in my mind. So we all left the theater to the outside, and a security guard was walking to the theater where we were, but he looked weirdly. He didn't look alarmed. He looked annoyed, as if this has been happening all night.
Was it an
So,
AMC worker that got locked out or something, or?
we don't know what happened. They didn't tell us, but we kind of figured that it was just some kids pranking
Mm,
us, because the security guard looked annoyed, not like
it's
alarmed that there was an emergency. More like, I'm tired of this shit.
was this at our usual theater or the one that's next to me?
The one next to us, our home theater.
Oh, okay. See,
Yeah.
that's scary.
Yes, but thankfully nothing happened, and then they gave us all a voucher so we could watch a movie for free, and they let us continue our movie
Oh,
that
that's
night.
cool.
Yeah, yeah, that was the closest I've ever had to experiencing that. Hopefully, that's the closest I get to experiencing a movie theater emergency.
Yeah, I know, like, because for our viewers, I used to work at AMC, and like part of our training is to deal with those situations. And the training literally is basically get fucked. Like if you're running, you're hiding, or you're fighting. That's the three rules.
Really.
Yeah, if you can run, run. If you can't run, you hide. If you can't hide, you fight.
Never back down,
Those-
never won.
but
But
like,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
I just can't imagine like being in that scenario, especially just hearing those taps and like just how crazy things have been these past
Hmm.
couple years. That's terrifying.
Yeah, if just for some reason Batman movies do this to people. Oh, and
Yeah,
I had a similar experience with when I watched Five Nights at Freddy's last weekend.
last weekend when you left me.
Yeah, that's where I went to watch Five Nights at Freddy's. So we were watch. You didn't watch the movie, did you?
No, it's on Peacock. I'm gonna watch it at some point, but I've been a little
Have you
lazy.
been spoiled by anything?
I got the general beats of the story. I don't care about getting spoiled on it. I'm not gonna
Should I
care.
spoil something from it?
I mean,
It's FNAF. I don't give a shit.
it's
So
yeah, it's fucking
when
bad.
Matt Pat came out and cameoed in the diner scene, after
Yeah,
that scene, the lights just went out and the movie shut off. Everything just went dark, and everyone screamed and like
bro, you're gonna have fucking Freddy's music
yeah,
playing.
that's
The
what I thought was
fucking
gonna happen. I thought like the theater was playing a because we went opening night. I thought the movie
Mhm.
was playing a prank on us, and we were gonna hear the fucking jingle. But then,
Yeah,
like, a worker just came out and said, "We're trying to get the power back on because apparently the power went out in that area specifically, and it wasn't just like the theater we were in; like the whole building shut off." So like there
Jesus
was
Christ.
just a whole theater filled with FNAF rant. Everyone's just going whore, 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 whore. The guy next to me decided to just watch Markiplier's playthrough. Like FNAF fans are fucking. They're a different breed, bro. They're a different animal.
But which Markiplier playthrough?
The
His
first
420
one,
attempt? His 420 attempt, or just the full playlist of like him going through each night?
he put on the very first FNAF video at 2 times speed
What the fuck?
because we had to
How do you enjoy it?
we had to catch up to the lore. Because I'm not a FNAF fan. I had to catch up and see all of it.
Oh, you didn't watch Markiplier's FNAF videos when they first came out?
No, I never did.
Dude, that was my only exposure to Five Nights at Freddy's. Fucking Markiplier.
I feel like that's
And
most people's exposure
yeah.
because the FNAF games are fucking boring. No one plays the FNAF games for the gameplay. They play it for the lore that was barely present in the first game. And that's pretty much it.
The only FNAF game I played was FNAF 2 on mobile.
Oh god. In high school.
Yeah, and I wait. Were you like? I remember. Were you watching like my playthrough at some point? Like me trying to beat the what was it? 820.
I have
I don't
a
know how many pages
memory
they had.
of watching FNAF gameplay in high school. I can't remember if that was you though.
Okay. Yeah, dude. I was methodical with it. I never beat it. I never beat the hardest difficulty. But I mean, it was.
Yeah.
I had a little mini FNAF 2 phase. Just FNAF 2.
Yeah, you would, huh?
Of course I would.
Yeah, I never touched any of the games. I was not into it, but I'm pretty sure most people haven't touched the games because that's the reason why Jacksepticeye, MatPat, and Markiplier got so popular with those videos because no one
Yeah.
fucking played the game. No one wants to. No one wants to play Five Nights at Freddy's. People want to watch Five Nights at Freddy's.
Brother, you're gonna anger the people that are actually like deeply devoted
Good.
fans who
I
play
don't
Five Nights
care.
at Freddy's on
You
open.
guys are weird, all right? You guys are weird. You like weird animatronic. I've seen what you guys say about Toy Chica. Don't try to make yourself normal. You guys are weird.
I'm sorry, but like, weren't you the one who was cosplaying for the movie to begin with?
That wasn't my idea. That was the person I was with. I didn't know we were going to do that. It was just some ears. It was just some Bonnie ears. That's it.
Bonnie of all people, dude. Come on, you didn't even be Foxy because Foxy's a pirate and you love pirates.
You want to fucking die on this podcast? Hey, go. Oh no, we already talked about this last time, huh?
What did we talk about?
Your slanderous accusations. Did we not talk about this?
No, yeah. What? No, I don't think the pirate thing. Oh yeah, no. We didn't talk about the pirates. We talked about like me blaming you for the holes in my shirt. We didn't talk about your pirate phase.
Yeah,
So,
no, fuck you. Shut up. I'm explaining it. Fuck you. You're just gonna lie like you've been doing for the past 2 years. So basically, one day, Quil here in our friend's Discord decided he was just bored. Just decided he didn't really have much to do and decided to just tell. Shut up. Shut the hell up. Shut up.
As if okay, fine.
He decided he was bored and just decided to tell all of our friends in our group that I had a pirate phase at some point in my life, which I did not. I did not have a pirate phase. I was never into pirates. I've never seen Pirates of the Caribbean. The only pirate content I have ever consumed in my 23 years of living on this planet is Assassin's Creed Black Flag, which is a good game, by the way, but that was not a pirate phase.
See, but that's the thing. My claims were corroborated by the fact that you had a fucking pirate birthday party.
That was in high school, which I didn't have control over because we were kids.
You were like 15, 16. I think you have control of the kind. You were 16, 17. Either of those two.
If you really think that I went to my parents and said, hey, Dad, for my 16th birthday, can we throw a pirate-themed birthday party? Then you are fucking dumb. I did not do that. That was his idea.
And then you're trying to gaslight me into believing that you never had a Jolly Roger shirt.
I didn't.
Yeah, it's a gray shirt. You had a gray shirt with a black flag.
I did
That's
not. That
yes, you
is such a
did.
fucking lie. You had a dream, you had a hallucination, you were high. I don't know what you did to
Oh my
imagine
god.
that, to make a canon in your mind, but I've never owned a shirt
It
like that
was
in my life.
I know I was battling with just like alcoholism at the time, but I swear to God,
No.
that was real. That
You had
was
a
real to me.
vision of like the multiverse or something, and you saw an alternate version of me because I've never owned a shirt like that. I've only
Oh,
ever had dinosaur shirts, wrestling shirts, or just solid colored with nothing on them shirts. I've never had a pirate flag as a shirt.
I'm gonna go back. There's gonna be a picture somewhere of the fucking internet, and it's gonna have you, and it's gonna be in that gray shirt with the black Jolly Roger.
No,
I see it in my mind's
it's
eye because
not.
I swear to God you wore it.
No. If that exists, someone is framing me, someone photoshopped it, and they have an agenda. Because I have never owned a shirt like that in my life. And if I did, then it was probably when I was like 4, when when I didn't have sentience then.
I can't let that go. But I mean, it is what it is. I don't have the pictures on me right now, so you get away with it this time,
So
Dino.
basically, the sum of the story is that Quil is an asshole.
I I just spoke my truth, and people
There's no
corroborated my
truth. There's
truth
no
with their
truth.
own truth.
It was a stupid bit that every single person has latched onto and now just memes about me being a pirate. Like, oh, you should walk the plank, Ty. You should be a scallywag, Ty. You should eat some fucking oranges, Ty. I'm sick of it. I don't like pirates. And now our entire friend group is trying to get me to watch One Piece as if I haven't endured this bullshit for 2 years. And they think I'm gonna do it? No.
See, as much as I love the outburst, Ty, you fucking dumb.
Shit, I don't care. What are they gonna do? They're gonna DDoS me? I don't give a fuck. I'm sick of it. It got really hot in my
I love
room
you.
all of a sudden.
Bro, I felt the heat coming from my computer screen. Oh my god.
Dude, that's if I had a nickel for every time I had an outburst on a podcast, I've had 2 nickels.
You've been on other podcasts?
I'm talking about hours, you fucker. When I yelled at you for stabbing your shirt with a pencil because you were bored. See, when you're bored, nothing good happens to me. That's what I'm getting at.
See, but here's the thing. This podcast was born out of my boredom, and you're saying this is already a bad thing for you, homie. Come on.
We'll see.
My voice cracked from the fucking offense I took. Oh
I'm
my god.
leaving that in. You think I'm editing that out?
Oh my god. Um. Anyways, and that's enough of that. That we don't need to go into more of the slander you're putting on my name. I did not.
I'm
It was a bare word.
slandering.
They asked, I answered. That's all it was. That's all it was.
Right.
I didn't bring up the conversation topic on my own.
Yeah, uh-huh. You're full of shit. Anyway,
So how was your weekend, Dino?
this past weekend,
This one that we're currently filming on, this action-packed weekend that we had in terms of stuff to watch.
uh, what premiered? Oh, so Gen V ended. Pretty good
Mhm.
show. I've seen a lot of people complain that they don't like the fact that a spin-off show is now canon, but I'm personally one of those people where it's like, if you like a franchise enough, and there's multiple things to watch from it, why wouldn't you want to watch all of it? You
Yeah.
know, like they made the comparison then that Star Wars has done the same, and Star Wars, I would argue it like yeah, that's a problem for that franchise because the point of Star Wars, at least in terms of different shows and movies, is that you can kind of tell whatever story you want, and they don't need to be canon. But the boys just had two spin-off shows. One of them is an animated non-canon show, and the other is Gen
Mhm.
V. So like if you're complaining that you have to watch a 8 episode show, which is the same length as a boys season, like then I don't know, man. It's just a good show. Like just watch it. What else? Invincible season 2 started, which is really
Oh
good.
yeah, I gotta watch that. I still gotta watch
It's
that
pretty
episode.
fucking good.
Mhm.
And the very much anticipated Attack on Titan ending happened. And I had a lot of feelings about it. That was the closest I had to a panic attack in my life.
Yeah, it was so I read the manga before the anime ended. I read it about it's been 2 years now, 3 years. When the final season part one came out, that's when I started reading the manga.
It's
Uh
2020,
yeah, so
2021, I think.
it was after Aaron's confrontation with Mikasa and Armin. It was after that episode. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up the manga from here. And
Okay.
I managed to pick it up on like the last three chapters.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I felt a lot of emotions still when I was watching the anime, like just like covering the stuff that I read. I told Dino, Dino and I talked about it yesterday. I felt a lot more emotions coming out from this one. I think just because of just the beauty of the genre of animation as a medium. It evoked a lot more emotions than when I was reading it. Uh, some scenes did like even though I knew what was happening, I still cried. I still cried.
Yeah.
And I think overall the ending was managed a lot better. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so it was a solid show. Solid ending. It wasn't the perfect ending. It wasn't a great ending, but it was a good ending.
Yeah. I see.
Good.
I saw a lot of people complain that the ending was a little too simple for their liking, and
Mhm.
I personally think that's fine because the whole story has been twists and turns and like shit stuff you wouldn't expect it. So for the ending, just be like, it's just over. Like I think that's fine. I didn't need a final like mess me up type of ending or just a, like I think it's being simple's fine.
Just imagine they play. They
Well,
pulled
it's
some
all a
shit like.
dream. It was all a dream the whole
Yeah.
time. Yeah, people wanted that kind of ending. Like it doesn't
Yeah.
need it.
Yeah, I remember like the calls for like an anime original ending. I was one of those people. I was because of just how disappointing the manga version of it was.
Hmm.
But the simple retcons they did in the anime of just like adding some conversations, adding some characterization, preserving the characters. That was my big problem with the ending of the manga. The characters were not themselves. But in the anime they preserved that and I became more okay with it. The plot still some stuff I didn't like to hear and I didn't want it to be in there, but it worked out in the
Yeah, there's one very very big
end.
retcon that me and Quill talked about that it nearly ruined it for me. Almost not totally, but I made the comparison to the Game of Thrones ending where characters and arcs literally just get undone because the writers didn't know what to do. There's only one thing in the AOT ending that comes close to it. It's still a big like annoying spot in there, but like the rest of
Yeah.
it is fine. It's manageable. It's not perfect, but it's manageable.
Yes, it was. Whew. Hearing that, like, I was enraged when I heard it again. I'm like, dude, like that was the one thing they could have changed and they didn't. But I mean, it
Yeah.
is what it is. At least they kind of called out the fact that kind of shit is not okay, and
Hmm.
it was not worth all the lives that were cost.
Yeah. The issue should have been
Um,
changed, like in general.
yeah, yeah. Yesterday was insane for me in terms of watching stuff. Like, it wasn't just the weekend; it was just yesterday.
What else did you
Um,
watch?
Yeah, because I woke up and I watched the Formula One sprint races. I'm a big Formula One fan. I became like indoctrinated into it by my coworker.
Hmm.
Um, so I woke up at 8 o'clock in the morning to watch that shit, and then the sprint ended. The sprint's basically just like a shortened race, a shortened Grand Prix. 21 laps instead of the regular 71 that were for today.
Hmm.
So I watched that, and it led right into Night of Champions for the WWE.
You mean Crown Jewel?
That one, Crown Jewel. What the Saudi show? The Saudi show.
Night of Champions was earlier this year in the same
Yeah, I
place.
know. Yeah. Oops. But Crown Jewel, where absolutely fucking nothing happened. I was so disappointed. Did you end up watching the opening match?
Yeah, I watched the World Heavyweight Title match,
Yeah.
but that's the only thing I watched. It was a good match, but the ending was a little like it was a little
Like
lame.
I got flashes of Super Cena with Rollins.
A little, yeah. I'm pretty
So
sure that's just trying to build up another match between the two. At least I hope
I
so.
I hope so. I hope they don't just waste McIntyre.
Yeah, because his run like right now with this like anti-hero kind of guy, I really like that version. This
Yeah.
version of McIntyre.
Yeah, overall, I would rate the show as predictable out of 10. I was like the only one I was excited for and didn't know how it was going to end was the World Heavyweight Championship match,
Hmm.
and they opened with it, so I cared zero for the rest of the show.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of cool watching the Rey Mysterio Logan Paul match. That spot where Logan fucking saved the ever loving
Yeah, I've
shit out of
seen that
Mysterio.
floating around. That's pretty good.
Um, that was amazing, and like I just disappointed in general. Like I appreciate they protected LA Knight in the end with the main event with
Hmm.
like making him appear strong. He had to take what 3 spears,
Yeah.
but I it's getting so predictable. Like I had no interest in watching the main event once the World Heavyweight Championship match concluded
Hmm.
because you knew where it was going. You knew where it was going.
Yeah. Like this is just the negative side effects of having a title reign as long as Roman, where it's kind of hard to spice it up.
Yeah,
Like it's just been the same match of babyface is easily gonna beat him, but he gets help, gets distracted, and Roman wins.
yeah,
Like a clean finish, like it just can't happen because then you just automatically ruin your top guy that you're trying to build up. So
yeah,
it just sucks. Like it's fine because like the finish itself is like a decent finish. It's just the fact that they've only done the same finish over and over. They've done it with Drew, Sammy, Cody, Jay, like now LA Knight. It's like you can't just keep doing it.
yeah.
But like,
Dude, the crowd was so hot for LA Knight. That
yeah,
was they were so loud. Oh my god. Yeah, but it was hilarious because like my dad's in Vegas right now, and like he really wanted to watch the show. So like he asked me for my Peacock information, and he
hmm.
tuned in for the last 10 seconds, or not the last 10. I'd say the last 15 seconds, the final spot of the main event. And like he let me go as soon as he logged in. I'm like, okay, like I'll let you go. We'll finish watching this together. Like 20 seconds later, a minute later, the match ends. He calls me again. What kind of fucking bullshit was that? I fucking hate the WWE. I can't believe they're still doing this with Roman and Jimmy. Like what are your people doing, Quil? I'm like, what do you mean my
Your
people?
people? What do you mean by your people?
Because like I've always been big on like the WWE writing. So
Oh,
it's but
okay.
like it's because he's also a big McIntyre fan, and just
Uh,
seeing McIntyre get screwed out of the title, like he was heated. He was heated for the entire time.
oh god.
It was hilarious.
Yeah, I'm really hoping that match just builds to a rematch and McIntyre wins. As much as I love Seth Rollins is my favorite wrestler. His title reign hasn't been the best.
It's getting dull. It's
Yeah.
getting dull.
Mostly from the fact that Rollins doesn't really have a character right now. He's kind of just the champion, and that's it. Which I found
Yeah,
kind of weird since Rollins has been really good in the past of reinventing himself and having great characters. Like
yeah.
the Architect, the Messiah, the what was it? I forgot what his face or like Burn It, Beast Slayer Rollins, Kingslayer. His run with Edge when he was on SmackDown, like he's really good at
Mm.
making good characters when he needs to. So the fact that he's kind of now just a guy, it's pretty disappointing.
He's a fighting champion. What do you mean?
I will
That's his
admit,
whole bit.
yeah, I will admit though that his matches are mostly good.
Yeah, I think his only lackluster one was his first match against Shinsuke Nakamura.
Hmm.
That one was kind of like it was very much storytelling driven with the whole broken back shit,
Yeah,
but it was very slow. And for a main event, like there wasn't as many spots that were so super exciting.
yeah. He's kind of going through what a lot of baby faces go through in wrestling, and kind of just sometimes protagonists and stories in general where they're just not interesting and the story revolves around what the villains are doing. It's kind of doing with that. A
Yeah,
lot of his feuds are like they're pretty good. Like the match with Finn Balor at a SummerSlam, that was a really good match.
yeah, it was.
But I'm
Um,
hoping that I was hoping something happens with him.
so yeah, so like that was all Night of Champions, not fucking Night of
Crown
Champions, Crown Jewel.
Jewel,
Oh my god, Crown Jewel.
you noob.
And then like there was a little break in between, and it was around this time. Like, so Dino knows this. I've been fighting to get Formula One tickets to go to Vegas. Because I The sport's just fucking cool. I don't know why I stayed away from it so long. Mostly because just the whole thing of like, oh, you're driving in circles a lot of the time. But there's a lot of drama, and the twinks. Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus.
woo.
Didn't know you wanted to admit that part.
I'm not ashamed to say the men are hot in a twink fashion. Not many bears in that lineup, but woo, they're hot.
Right.
So like I spent the next 3 hours basically fighting for grandstand tickets to Formula One, and I got those tickets, and I was so fucking excited. I was when I got confirmation I got the tickets. It's 2 tickets for all 3 days.
Hmm.
Um, I was fucking shadow box. Like I was alone in the house. I was just like giddy, like super giddy, jumping around everywhere, just like shadow boxing with a little outlet that's like that or a little cord that's hanging out from the roof. I was just fucking boxing with like a speed bag. And then right after that, I went to the batting cages to get rid of the rest of the energy that I had. That again, just excited,
Hmm.
and I hurt my arm at the batting cage.
Jesus.
And I went back home, watched Attack on Titan, and then we talked about it. And then I think I went straight to sleep afterwards because I was just tired.
Uh-huh.
And then I watched the Grand Prix today for Formula One. So, and then I played softball.
Nice.
The only reason why my arm's falling off is because of this goddamn sport.
How'd you hurt
You should play.
yourself?
So, I'm an addict. I'll be the first to admit it. There's only ever been 2 days in the past 3 days in the past 2 weeks where I have not played softball.
Hmm.
And they stick me at third base, and a lot of the balls that in my league at least go my way, and it's a long throw across the field.
Hmm.
So you do that enough times over the span of a week straight, your arm tends to get a little tired. Um, and like I was kind of fighting through it. I thought like, oh, I was just tired, whatever. And then yesterday I went to the cages and I was swinging the bat. My elbow just felt like it was falling off, and so I got kind of nervous. Popped a couple ibuprofen. I felt chill afterwards. And then today happened. There was a championship game for my softball league on Sunday. My Sunday softball league. And they stuck me at third again. I did my best. I did my very best. I was a vacuum at third base. Fucking any ball came my way, I sucked it up, threw it to first. But yeah, my arm was numb at the end of it all. I could not feel from my elbow down. I couldn't feel my arm.
Oh god.
So I popped a couple more ibuprofen, and I have so my new schedule is Tuesdays, Fridays, and Tuesdays and Fridays are my for sure leagues, and then like I occasionally drop in to help out other leagues every now and again.
Hmm.
But for the time being, I'm gonna be begging and pleading with these people, like, hey, put me at first base because that way, like, I can preserve my arm at least a little bit and just, let it rest
Yeah.
from the amount of throwing I've been putting it through. Um, yeah, and like we were gonna keep going for the games today at least, but then like our championship game kind of ended on a sour note. Our first baseman, he took a rocket of a ball, like it was coming towards him, and it just took a bad bounce right into his glasses, which smashed into his eyebrow,
Oh god.
completely cut open, blood dripping down his face. Needed stitches immediately. It was bad. It was a bad sight in general, like just blood all over the field.
Jesus.
Um, Thankfully he's okay. No concussion, no, not just a really bad cut. Which he's gonna. He claimed he's gonna super glue it shut and then go south of the border
He's gonna what?
to get it actually super glued together.
That alright.
And then he's gonna go south of the border to actually like get it stitched up because he has no insurance here.
Uh-huh.
Because of course, fucking the United States is very affordable when it comes to healthcare. I said sarcastically.
Oh, I couldn't tell there was sarcasm. Thank you for explaining it. I didn't quite get that.
Okay, that was my weekend. Now we're here talking. To be honest, when you texted me like, "Hey, like when are we doing it?" I completely forgot we were supposed to be recording today.
The fuck? You're the one that told me today.
I'm really bad at it, dude. I should have set an alarm.
God, and you're the one
I was
that
just tired.
wants a stable schedule for this. God,
Hey, but at least I mentioned to it. So
yeah, that's true. Have you heard of the recent Marvel news that's been going on?
unfortunately, you're talking about the whole they want to revive the OG
Yeah,
Avengers. Yeah.
is this
Um,
hoping it's just a rumor.
I think I feel like it's just a rumor. Like it feels like such a hollow cash grab if they go for it.
Yeah.
Something that seems like it would have probably been in the books if Bob Chapek was still the CEO of Disney.
Hmm.
But like Marvel, the MCU was really good when Bob Iger was in control, and he's in control now. Now that Chapek is out, they're not forcing those fucking 1,000 Disney Plus shows you got to watch this one movie.
Hmm.
Like they're tapering that off a little bit now that Iger's back in control. So I hope it's just a rumor. Because I'm not watching any fucking shit with if it's just the OG Avengers like being revived.
Yeah.
It'd be fucking
I
stupid.
can't see any of the actors that are like Scarlett Johansson and RDJ coming back just for that because they made it very clear that the MCU is special to them and like that their role is done in it.
Yeah.
Like I can't
Um.
see any of or Chris Evans like deciding to ruin that just for fans' sake.
Yeah, and then there's that other one, right, of them trying to replace what's this, Jonathan Majors, Kang with
Yeah,
Doctor Doom.
yeah, because of
I
his of the little shenanigans revolving him.
but I think I saw somewhere that kind of got disproven. I think they're still gonna stick with Kang.
I think so, yeah. But like, I don't know. It's just such an awkward situation because I
Yeah.
think he's innocent. I
Yeah,
think.
based on a lot of the things that happened, she like wasn't at fault, or he wasn't at the fault that everyone expected him to be. Especially with
Yeah,
those like really ominous text messages that were released by his lawyer.
yeah,
I think his lawyer did everything in their power to just cancel Jonathan Majors,
uh,
even though Jonathan Majors is their client.
yeah. He's a double agent. But I hope they do stick with Kang as a character because there's just been too much
Yeah,
built up, and it would feel like a cheap cop out to just like immediately swap to Doom. As much as I think Doom would be a cool addition, like you're in way too deep.
yeah,
You got to see it through. If the worst case, just recast Kang. You know, like
yeah. There's
you
multiple different
establish
variants.
that there's variants. Like it's literally not even that hard of a thing to do. You just say that he is Kang. He just looks different. Because
Who I
they've been pretty weird of establishing like, oh, some variants look different, but some are completely the
mhm,
same in others. It's like
yeah.
there's no rules to
Who's
this.
the who was the actor that like people really tried to get behind to like replace Jonathan Majors as King?
I
Like
have
when
no
things
idea.
first blew up. It was another black actor who was like really like popular or
Uh,
popping. God. Um,
I don't
let me see if I
remember.
can find it.
But
It was gonna be oh they wanted the guy who played the why can't I remember his name? The villain from Guardians 3.
oh, I can't remember his name. But I know who you're talking about the high evolutionary actor.
Yeah, the High Evolutionary. Yeah, Chukudi Luigi. They wanted him to be the replacement king because of how good he was in Guardians 3. It's like I could kind of see it.
He would do good. I would just prefer if it's someone new. 'Cause that's kind of
Yeah.
something. That's kind of something that Marvel is like really good at is promoting. Uh, not unknown actors, but you know, just elevating them like their star power.
Yeah.
Like Simi Liu. Is that how you say it?
Sim Simu.
Yeah, for Shang Chi. Like a lot of people got a lot of spotlight because of their role in Marvel, which I appreciate. If they do recast them, I just hope it's someone new.
I don't think they. I don't think it's worth it recasting someone like that. Like all like rumors aside of what did or did not happen with Jonathan Majors, fantastic
Yeah,
actor.
he's a
I know you
great.
loved him in Creed
He's
3.
yeah, Creed. He's fucking awesome in Creed 3. I wish he's more in Creed 3. He's amazing. Did
So
you also see the other report that Tobey Maguire and Hugh
oh,
Jackman are going to be the lead of Secret War?
I don't believe that one for like the life of me, dude. I gotta see the movie to see that rumor.
That would
There's no way.
the balls to do that. Like, especially when
And
you're
like, listen,
building your new Avengers.
yeah, yeah. No, here's the thing. I love Tobey Maguire. I have a Tobey Maguire Spider-Man tattoo. I love Tobey Maguire.
Yeah,
But he has no place in the MCU outside of what he did in No Way Home.
yeah.
Nothing. He should not be leading an MCU movie. I love the guy. I love him to death. He's a phenomenal Spider-Man. I love him as Spider-Man. The reason why I'm into Spider-Man is because of him. But no, please, God.
Yeah, like his time's done. But there's also reports that Tom Holland was gonna be like Jesus or something in the Secret Wars.
What?
I don't know. It was something like he was gonna get a really like big push. I don't really know how I felt about it.
What, they're gonna make Cosmic Spider-Man a thing?
Fucking probably. I don't know.
No, but like Secret Wars is like the perfect place to introduce the symbiote because that's where the symbiote was first introduced in the comics. Secret Wars.
They already introduced the symbiote.
It's an end credit scene. Whatever.
I don't know.
It's haha funny.
I feel like they're not gonna retcon that. I feel like that specifically is something they really want to keep, but maybe it follows them to when they send them to Battle World or whatever they're planning to do with Secret War.
Yeah.
But what are your thoughts on? I think that these were rumors before, but the fact there were reports that like Sony really wants to make a Spider-Man 4.
So I don't put any stock in those rumors because like there is always the rumors of them making an Amazing Spider-Man 3
Yeah.
when Andrew came out in No Way Home. There's thoughts about like him coming out in Venom 3, which I don't think is corroborated by anything at all. So this whole Spider-Man 4 bullshit, I don't think it's something that's gonna happen.
Yeah. Let's say theoretically they announce tomorrow they're making a Spider-Man 4. How would you feel?
I mean, obviously, I'd be very excited. I love Tobey Maguire. And if it's separated from the rest of the MCU, I'm fine with it. Like it's a Spider-Man movie. Like, it's like, but the thing is, it has to be directed by Sam Raimi, and he has to have full directorial control. That is my like those Raimi movies are the reason why, like Tobey Maguire worked because like the campiness was like up that alley.
There was a very clear style and direction with them. Like you can't just pair that with anyone else. It has to be done by him.
Yeah, so it has to be Sam Raimi. It has to involve no studio involvement, like the way Spider-Man 3 was, because Spider-Man 3 was an overproduced mess.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd be there opening night. I'd be there in my Spider-Man gear. I'd
Yeah.
I'll get the little remember the silly string web shooters.
Oh
I had one.
God, I
One of
remember those. I remember they were so
I'd bring
ass. They just created a big mess everywhere.
I remember at my old house, like there's a portion of the wall in the backyard. I don't know what I was doing back when I was a kid, but there's a portion of the wall in the backyard that's like permanently stained in blue because I just shot all the silly string at the wall.
Oh jeez.
I feel like if I were to go to that house today, and it's not repainted, I don't think it's repainted. And if I were to go to that house today, because I don't live there anymore, it'd still be there. It's like the fucking the permanent marks that graphite leaves in your skin when you like cut yourself with a pencil.
Yeah.
Do you have any of those?
No.
Dude.
I didn't cut what? I didn't cut myself with a pencil. That's
No,
weird.
Okay. Like you never poked yourself with your pencil before?
Not on purpose. I've been stabbed before with a pencil.
I didn't poke myself with my pencil on purpose, but I still have a permanent graphite scar on my thumb because of it.
I guess I've never done it that hard.
It's been there since second grade. 1 year after I poked holes in my shirt, I poked a hole in my thumb.
Yeah, I think that's called karma. You piece of shit.
Yeah, I remember that was like the most haunting because I think I broke off a piece of the pencil into my thumb, and like I was there with my brothers, and it was by total accident too. Like I was doing my multiplication tables, and I made a mistake, and like I grabbed the pencil, and I thought it was with the eraser side up, or the eraser side was like facing me. So I went to push down on the eraser to like fix my grip. I did not push down on the eraser. I pushed down on the fucking sharpened lead.
Oh, that's how you sent that.
Yeah, I was full send straight into my thumb. I was crying for a long time after that, and now I have a permanent piece of that in my thumb forever.
Just cut it out.
I don't
Skill issue.
there was a point where like I kept like I had some tweezers and I kept like trying to peel at the graphite scar, hope like maybe it's like, oh man, it's just a piece of the graphite that's left in there, I could just like pull it out.
Uh-huh.
So much dead skin was on my thumb because I kept trying to like not hurt myself, but at the same time just like kept peeling away at my skin trying to get rid of the graphite mark.
Uh-huh.
But now I just live with it. Now it's just a mark of my shame.
Is there like have you ever gone to like a doctor's checkup or something and they never told you anything about that?
No, because it's like graphite scars exist. Like they're everywhere. Like like, at least in my TikTok, they're everywhere. Like I always see people like, oh, remember like are you one of those people who had like a graphite scar body
Oh.
because they got stabbed with a pencil? Or like in their palms and shit like that. I just had it in my thumb.
Can't relate, unfortunately.
It's not too late to join the club.
I don't think I want one. I don't think anyone who has a graphite scar wanted one. I've been
Come
very
on.
my injuries in life have been very low. I've never broken a bone before.
Same.
But I remember one time I had a very nasty head injury where it was in elementary school, and me and my friend were in detention for some reason. I genuinely can't remember what. Let's call this friend Andres.
Okay.
And then after detention, so it's basically just we're in the principal's office during lunch, and we just have to stay there and read or whatever. After lunch, we decided to head back to class, and he wanted a race. So I was like, okay, let's race. And we started running, and for some reason, my dumbass decided to just look at him while we were racing.
Oh no, I see where this is
And my head hit these corner pillars in our school hallway.
Which were everywhere.
Yeah, they were everywhere. So our school is like an outside school, so these pillars are just like in our outside hallways. My head gnashed the corner of them, and I got a big ass bloody mess on my head. It somehow didn't leave a scar, but it hurt and it looked fucking terrifying.
God, what was my worst external injury? I'm trying to think.
I had a lot of head injuries in my life. Now that I think about it, this might explain a lot. Because
You think?
as a kid, obviously I don't know this, but as a kid, when I was 1 year old, my mom told me that one day we went to Hawaii on vacation and a coconut fell on my head.
I feel like it's just a story she would tell you just to like call you stupid. I feel like she wasn't actually serious about that one.
Well, it would explain a lot. And there's also the time where we went to duel lightsabers at the park, and I got bonked on the head.
That wasn't a bonk. That was straight up just fucking murder.
Yeah,
on your head.
we went to because we're pretty into lightsabers. We get to see these dual quality level lightsabers and just fucking let loose at the park. And one night when we were doing it, I just I forget specifically how it happened. I think I swung down and I left my top unguarded.
Yeah, so you swung and like what was it? Your opponent went to block sort of and just like counterattack. But when you swung, your head went down where your blade was supposed to be, and when he went to counter your blade, he countered your head instead.
Yeah, then I got fucking KO'd, and it left a comically large red bump on my head for a couple of days.
Yeah, I saw the video of that.
Yeah, I didn't get a concussion. It just hurt a lot.
That day was a lot of injuries for a lot of people.
Yeah, you busted someone's thumb. We were just animals that night.
We had to let loose.
But
so the worst injury I sustained in elementary school was we were playing cops and robbers. And it was on the grass fields. On the left side with the left goalpost, and I think it was Austin. It was goddamn Austin.
Yeah, let's call this guy Austin.
Austin, by the way, is Blaine's brother, the brother of the kid I tried to blame after Dino.
Oh, was he your second? Was he your second suspect?
Yeah, he was my second suspect.
By the way, we don't look like each other. So the fact that you would confuse either of us.
No. I just like why I just switch suspects like that.
Like yeah, exactly. Like your scapegoat was not matching the description of the culprit. You picked a completely different person.
But yeah, no. So like Austin was the cop, I was the robber, and I got caught. So like he had my hand, he was holding my hands behind my back, and he was running me to jail, which was the goal. Well, he was running me there with my hands behind my back. We're kids. We have zero motor skills, zero fine motor functions. So I tripped, and like he doesn't let go of my hands as I'm tripping. So I trip, immediately chin just eats fucking dirt, and I bit straight through my upper lip.
Aww.
Like it was bad. Like it was on the inner part, thankfully, so like there's no like outer scar, but like I like a big chunk of my gums on the inside were just chewed off because I fell and just like the
God.
force of my mouth closing on my gum. A lot of blood came out of my mouth that day. Went straight to the nurse's office.
Awful.
And my mom, obviously very angry, like trying to figure out what the fuck happened. But this time I told her it was an accident. We were playing. So please don't get angry.
Yeah, this time you didn't blame
This is my-
me. I hate biting your lip on accident. For some reason, I do that a lot when eating. I've bitten my lip and tongue so many times. I swear one day I'm gonna bite straight through my tongue.
There's been times where I do. It's usually with pizza. Pizza does that to me. I don't know why it's pizza, but pizza does it to me. It became very prominent, a very prominent problem in New York because in New York, it's a fuck ton of pizza everywhere.
Yeah.
Joe's Pizza, 99-cent pizza, fucking Ray's Pizza, Charlie's Pizza. Find some sort of Italian name. Got it? There's pizza.
Yeah.
And like that was my diet in college. And every single time I bit through my fucking gums somehow.
You ever miss the New York street pizza?
Dude, like, so here's the thing. There's the street pizza of New York after a long night out, and there's the street hot dogs of here in San Diego when you're done with a long night out.
Uh-huh.
And granted, New York, the night ends at 4 a.m. San Diego, the night's done at 2 a.m. All the clubs, all the bars close at 4 a.m. in New York.
Yeah.
2 o'clock in San Diego. So like I do miss just getting like the most drunken pizza ever. Like the lines go out the door from once the night's over. What was it? There was a Joe's Pizza right across from my dorm room in New York.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever I didn't go out, I just look out the window because like I had perfect view of it. Just I'll cross the block, a line of just drunk New Yorkers trying to get their like drunken slice of pizza. It was hilarious.
Nice.
So yeah, I do miss that pizza. That pizza was fucking fire. I haven't really found a place that matches it here. But yeah, I think it's just a different style of pizza that San Diego makes. Besides Little Caesars, Domino's, and like all the big pizza chains,
Mm-hmm.
like the local pizza is made differently than the local pizza in New York, I think.
It's the New York tap water that gets to you.
No, it's not.
You sure?
It's that good ass, greasy ass, just fucking made with absolute hatred pizza, bro.
All of them made in one pan.
You know, like
Unclean.
it was clean. Come on, don't do New York pizza like that. It was clean,
If you say so.
and like it was made to order too. Like that
Uh-huh.
shit was piping hot the minute you got it. So I think that's what a lot like where most of the damage in my mouth came from was when I'm drunk. I just bite straight into a pizza, neglecting the fact that it's hot as fuck, and I'd burn like the entirety of my mouth.
Yeah, cheese is capable of being molten hot.
Yeah, I noticed.
Well, at least you've warmed yourself up to it.
Yeah, so I can't wait to go back to New York. I went back in July, during the fires
Oh
with
yeah.
Canada. I got fucking asthma when I was up there, bro.
Ew. Was the sky all fucky like how people were posting
The-
about
the-
it?
So it wasn't like orange and dark and shit like that. It was just really like smoggy. There was a lot of smog.
Uh-huh.
It's like, dude, This is in LA. What the fuck? What's going on here?
It looked like it for a little.
Yeah, so it was just really smoggy, and like I started having issues, like respiratory issues, when I landed in Chicago, because that's where most of the wind was going from the fires towards Chicago, and that's where like my issues started, and then they just persisted the entire time through New York. Before I found out, I think I got like some sort of like just either bronchitis plus a cold. I developed a cold right after that as well. So I was just sick for like 2 weeks, 3 weeks straight. It was horrible. So I'm trying to wash my mouth of that experience. Plus, like, I want to do more things with my friends. I didn't really get to do that many things with my friends in New York. I was just out clubbing every night by myself. And it's not a bad time. New Yorkers are pretty cool to club with. But, you know, like I went there to see my friends. I didn't get to see that much of them. So hopefully the next time I'm there, like we get to actually do things throughout the week instead of just the weekend like we had done.
Yeah, so you won't wander like you did last time.
That's a story for another time, brother.
You can save that for next episode if you like.
We'll talk about my glaring issues with alcohol and nights out.
Yeah. It's a really, really big one.
Yeah. Anyways, I think we're good to call it here.
Yeah.
Unless you have anything else to get off your chest.
Nah, I'm kind of sick of you right now.
Of course, the classic. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for listening. We will be posting next week on Monday as well, though our recording session is going to be a little earlier in the week due to Dino leaving me once again. So we're not going to be super up to date on some conversation topics, but it is what it is. We're probably just going to be shooting the shit anyways. There's not going to be I don't think there's anything to look forward to next weekend anyways.
Yeah.
But if anything does happen next weekend, we'll just talk about it the following podcast episode.
Yeah.
Thank you all for listening. Feel free to like, subscribe, do all that kind of shit. And we'll catch you all on the flip side.
And make sure to go to my channel, youtube.com/dynamite Yes,
do that.
Please.
All right, bye.
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 Bye.